The LEGO multiverse was in chaos. Worlds collided, buildings crumbled, heroes fell, a dark force threatened to consume everything. Its name was the Void, and at its heart was the evil Voidbreaker.
From the depths of space to the heart of Ninjago City, my power spreads. I devour light and energy, leaving only darkness in my wake. I crave ultimate power, and I will stop at nothing to achieve it.
The fate of the multiverse hung in the balance. Two heroes stood against the Voidbreaker, a formidable foe whose mere presence threatened the balance of their world. The air crackled with tension as the heroes prepared for the battle of their lives. Solaris, the Master of Light, blazed with energy. His very essence was a beacon of hope, illuminating the darkest corners of the battlefield. With every step, he radiated a brilliance that could pierce through the deepest shadows. He could create anything out of pure light. Weapons, shields, and even entire landscapes materialized at his command, each construct shimmering with an ethereal glow. His powers were limited only by his imagination and willpower. Lumina, the cosmic creator, commanded the very fabric of the multiverse. Her connection to the cosmos allowed her to draw upon the energies of countless stars and galaxies, weaving them into powerful spells and constructs. She could shift realities and bend the laws of physics. With a mere thought, she could alter the environment, turning the tide of battle in their favor. Her mastery over space and time made her a force to be reckoned with.
We won't let the Voidbreaker destroy everything we hold dear. Our world, our friends, and our very existence depend on our victory today. We must stand firm and fight with all our might.
Together, we can bend reality and light to our will. Our combined strength is our greatest weapon. We must trust in each other and in our abilities to overcome this darkness.
But Solaris and Lumina were not alone. They were joined by allies from across the multiverse, each bringing their unique strengths and abilities to the fight. From across the multiverse, their alternate selves answered the call. These versions of Solaris and Lumina had faced their own battles and emerged victorious, ready to lend their power to the cause. Each version possessed unique abilities, ready to combine their powers against the encroaching darkness. Some could manipulate elements, others could control time, and still others wielded powers beyond comprehension. The fate of the multiverse rested on their shoulders. With determination in their hearts and the light of hope guiding them, they prepared to face the Voidbreaker. The battle ahead would be fierce, but united, they stood a chance to save all of creation. The Voidbreaker was a terrifying sight. His presence alone sent shivers down the spines of all who dared to look upon him. He was a swirling vortex of darkness, a maelstrom of malevolent energy that seemed to consume everything in its path. Studded with eyes and jagged teeth, his form was a nightmarish vision, a creature born from the deepest fears of the LEGO universe. His laughter echoed through the void, a chilling sound that reverberated through the very fabric of reality. It was a sound that froze the hearts of even the bravest heroes, leaving them paralyzed with fear and uncertainty.
Your light and reality are nothing compared to my darkness. I am the end of all things, the void that consumes all. Watch as I absorb your beams of light and grow stronger. Your efforts are futile, your resistance meaningless.
Solaris, the hero of light, fired beams of pure energy, hoping to pierce the darkness. But the Voidbreaker absorbed them effortlessly, his power growing with each beam. The city around them crumbled under the weight of his dark energy. Lumina, the guardian of reality, tried to alter the very fabric of existence to counter the Voidbreaker's power. But the Voidbreaker's power was too great. He disrupted her connection to the multiverse, leaving her powerless. The heroes were outmatched, their hope dwindling with each passing moment. Despite the overwhelming odds, the heroes knew they had to regroup and find a new strategy. They couldn't let the Voidbreaker consume their world. In their darkest hour, they discovered an ancient artifact, a relic of immense power that might just turn the tide of battle. With renewed determination, they wielded the artifact, channeling its energy to confront the Voidbreaker once more. The battle that ensued was epic, a clash of light and darkness that shook the very foundations of the LEGO universe. In the end, the heroes emerged victorious, their combined strength and the power of the artifact banishing the Voidbreaker back to the void from whence he came. With the threat vanquished, the heroes set about rebuilding their world, their hearts filled with hope and determination for the future. United, they knew that no matter what darkness might come, they would face it together, stronger than ever before. Just when all hope seemed lost, the alternate versions of Solaris and Lumina arrived. These were not the heroes everyone knew, but rather their counterparts from different dimensions, each bringing unique abilities to the fight. The air crackled with energy as they made their entrance, ready to turn the tide of battle. A Solaris with the power of fire blasted flames at the Voidbreaker. The heat was intense, scorching the ground and forcing the villain to retreat momentarily. This Solaris had honed his fire abilities to perfection, making him a formidable opponent. Lumina, who controlled gravity, lifted the villain into the air. With a mere gesture, she manipulated the gravitational forces, rendering the Voidbreaker helpless and suspended. Her control over gravity was unparalleled, making escape impossible for the villain.
Feel the heat of my flames, Voidbreaker. This Solaris's voice was filled with determination and fury, his flames burning brighter with each word. He was relentless, ensuring that the Voidbreaker felt the full force of his fiery wrath.
Gravity will not let you escape. Lumina's voice echoed with authority, her eyes glowing with power. She tightened her grip on the gravitational field, making sure the Voidbreaker remained trapped and unable to flee.
A Solaris with mastery over plants ensnared the Voidbreaker in a cage of vines. These vines were not ordinary, they were imbued with magical properties, growing thicker and stronger with each passing second. The Voidbreaker struggled, but the vines held firm, tightening their grip. Lumina, who commanded technology, disrupted the villain's energy flow. With a series of rapid commands, she deployed her gadgets, sending waves of electromagnetic pulses that interfered with the Voidbreaker's powers. The villain's energy flickered and waned, leaving him vulnerable.
Together, we are unstoppable. The heroes stood united, their diverse powers complementing each other perfectly. Each hero brought something unique to the table, creating a synergy that was unmatched.
Our combined might is a beacon of hope against the darkness. Their unity created a radiant glow, a symbol of hope and resilience. The darkness that once threatened to engulf them was now being pushed back by their collective light.
Together, they pushed the Voidbreaker back, their combined might a beacon of hope against the darkness. The battle was fierce, but the heroes' determination never wavered. With every strike, they grew stronger, their resolve unbreakable. The Voidbreaker, once a symbol of fear, was now on the defensive, overwhelmed by the heroes' relentless assault. The tide had turned, and the heroes were on the brink of victory, proving that unity and courage could overcome even the darkest of threats.
Lumina, we need to combine our powers, create a portal to the heart of the void.
Solaris and Lumina knew they needed a plan. They couldn't defeat the Voidbreaker with brute force alone. They needed to outsmart him, to find a weakness.
Got it, Solaris. This is a dangerous gamble, but it's our only chance.
Lumina nodded, her brow furrowed in concentration. This was a dangerous gamble, but it was their only chance.
With a mighty effort, I tore open a portal into the heart of the void.
It pulsed with raw energy, a swirling vortex of purple and black.
I focused my energy, forming a massive spear of light. This ends now, Voidbreaker.
Solaris roared, hurling the spear into the portal. The spear struck the Voidbreaker with a blinding flash, and for a moment everything went silent. The heroes waited, their breaths catching in their throats. Had they won? The silence stretched on, broken only by the crackle of energy and the distant rumble of collapsing buildings. Then, a figure emerged from the swirling portal. It wasn't the Voidbreaker. This figure was taller, cloaked in shadows, its face hidden. An eerie silence fell over the battlefield as all eyes turned towards the newcomer.
Who are you?
Solaris demanded, his voice echoing across the ravaged landscape. The figure said nothing. It simply raised a hand and the portal behind it began to expand, swirling with renewed energy. The heroes exchanged uneasy glances. The Voidbreaker may have been vanquished, but a new threat had emerged. A chill wind swept across the battlefield, carrying with it a sense of foreboding. The battle for the LEGO Multiverse was far from over. A new chapter was about to begin, and the stakes had never been higher. What did this new arrival mean for Solaris and Lumina? And what fate awaited the multiverse now that a new power had emerged from the void? One thing was certain, the heroes of the LEGO Multiverse would need to stand together, stronger than ever before, to face the darkness that threatened to consume them all.